So let's quickly go over Yeti's display settings, which allow us to control how the hair is displaying in the viewport. Adjusting the display settings helps give us a better idea of how the groom is progressing. It can also highlight some problem areas. So let's select the Yeti node, and if you go into the attribute editor, we'll see under display, we have several settings to play with. The first of which is the display output option, which turns the hair's display off but remains visible in the render. We have viewport density, which right now is displaying 1% of the total hair. So let's bump it up to 15%, which gives us a sense of the full density of the hair by displaying only a fraction. So let's say we go to 100%. This gets us pretty close to what we'll see when we render the groom. So it's looking a bit dense, which we don't actually want, but it does allow us to see where we need to add a few extra in-between strands in order to tighten up the groom. Turning up the display percentage as we progress helps us identify where to focus next. While we have the density at 100, let's go to the Yeti graph and go to the scatter node and drop the density multiplier. We have it at 5, so let's try 2.5, and that still looks pretty full, so let's try 1.5. And it's still looking pretty good. So now we know that we might not necessarily need such a high number in the density multiplier. We can also adjust the viewport length, which can help visualize needed scale adjustments. And if you have several Yeti nodes in one scene, we could change the color to distinguish between them. So play around with the settings to find what better fits your preferred workflow.